Good morning. All right. Let's do this. All right, everybody. Let me just a little bit. Let's do this, guys. On your mark, get set. Alright, folks, but Genius 88, we are back. Like a roll case on Facebook, let's head over to case number 28. Now, I believe that this is the last case before Thursday, so give me a heads up. Let me know if it is. There's one thing we've learned since following Amon Bast to medieval Mongolia aces, that the Ptolemies will stop at nothing to preserve their reign in 2029. After we thwarted Amon's plans to seize the Asia sail trade routes, he jumped back here to alter the balance of power in Asia. The time-traveling nemesis is now arming the Mongolians with 18th century weapons, manipulating Ogedai Khan into igniting a war with China. Amon plans to destroy the Chinese dynasties before they become a superpower and rival to the Ptolemies. Kai and Penelope are monitoring Amon's activities with the Ogedai's army, using Astra to send us regular reports. The rest of us, meanwhile, have been tasked with finding Ogedai Khan's daughter, who's been kidnapped by the Chinese. Returning Princess Torgolin, who's my direct ancestor to the Khan, could be the only way to prevent a conflict between Mongolia and China. Torgolin's been held captive in the city of Jingjiang. We must go to China and rescue her. Now that we're in Jingjiang, Ace, where will we find Princess Torgolin? Ogedai Khan's general told us to seek out the Chinese emperor. Surely the supreme leader of the Song dynasty will know something. We'll probably find the emperor at his palace. Excuse me, are you seeking an audience with his majesty? The fortune is smiling upon you. The emperor will attend a performance today at the opera house. You'll find him there. Thank you, kind sir. Come, Ace. Let's head to the opera house. So, I believe that this is all caught up for you guys. So once I do this, there's no more case after it. There we go. Thank you guys all for hopping on. Ooh. Ew, his head's like open. Cauldron. Hook. Is that a cauldron? Yeah. Map. Hand fan. Rhinoceros head's there. And where's the hook? Boom. Yes. Look, Ace, there's a dead man on the floor. I don't think it's the Emperor, thank goodness, but judging by the head wound, this was murder. Someone smashed this guy's skull with that bell. It's covered in blood. That's gotta be our murder weapon. Let's send it to Janice with body. And look, I found a portrait of Princess Torgelin in the victim's pocket. There are Chinese characters written on it. I'll run it through to the translation matrix. And it says, don't let anyone find her. Wait, Ace, could this man be involved with the Princess Torgelin's kidnapping? If that's the case, finding his killer might help us find the princess. That faded fan could be our first clue. These fans were used by Chinese opera singers. If we can find out who this belongs to, we may have a witness. Who are you, and why aren't you bowing before your emperor? Jin Bingshu has the right idea, lying prostrate on the floor. Our apologies, Your Majesty, but I'm afraid that man's dead. Dead? Well, that's unfortunate. You seem to know this man, Your Majesty. Could we ask you some questions? Very well, but do hurry. The opera will begin soon. Alright, you're way too comfortable with, ooh, I love that picture. Very pretty picture. Now, what's the meaning of this? Why is Jin Bingshu lying dead on the floor? Well, that's what we're trying to determine, Your Majesty. You said you know this man. Jin Bingshu is a prominent landowner. Many of the properties surrounding Jiangjing are his. I believe Jin Bingshu was involved in the kidnapping of the Mongolian princess. Do you recognize this woman? Murder? Kidnapping? This is very bothersome. I'm just here for the show. These tedious affairs are dealt with by my first minister. You'll find him on the armory field inspecting our arsenal. Now, when will this opera start? I want to drink my rice wine and see a show. Thank you for your help, Your Majesty. We'll seek an audience with your first minister on the armory field. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Emperor is living in a dream world. Okay, so go to class, flute, very bright, embroidered badge, and then a lute. Where's the lute? I see it. And then a vase. There we go. Nice. Look at those cannons. It's the Chinese are armed to the teeth. If Ogedai Khan doesn't, the conflict will be devastating. There's no sign of the First Minister, but if he knows something about the victim's apparent role in Torgelin's kidnapping, we must find him. There may be something out here that'll help us find him, though. That badge with the golden bird on it, for instance. Well, the system wasn't formalized until the Ming Dynasty. The Chinese used badges like these, called mandarin squares, as ranking insignias for civil officers. Let's run that image through our historical database. Perhaps the badge belongs to the First Minister. Wait a minute, that's Jin Bingshu's bag. It has his name on it. What are the odds we find anything belonging to the victim out here? Searching through that might shed some light on the murder. We still have no idea how Jin Bingshu is connected to Torgelin's kidnapping ace, but these clues could give us more information. Well guys, I'm going to grab some stars, and I will see you guys back here. Some Machines 8. Or what? Alright, I realized I need to move this up a little bit. And let's go grab some stars. I think I have enough energy for this case. I don't know if I have enough energy for the next case. I'm trying to send energy to people, my friends and stuff, so. Okay, we'll check this. Oh, there's. I think rice wine is just a form of wine. That's not dragon, I guess. Is that a lotus flower? It's not. There's a dragon. I don't even have burgers. Yeah, I'll ask him. Armor up here. Yeah, with this account that I have, I'm not friends with as many people as I was in my previous one. So I started with 1600 energy. So we'll see how much energy I have at the end of this. That's right, Bonnie. No, this is different timings for everybody. That's right. Whoa. That's my gaming account right there. So if you guys aren't friends, hop on there, send each other energy back and forth. How old is what photo? Oh, the photo on my Facebook. Do I have both kids with me? I can't remember. I'll go take a look at the picture. Yeah, but I haven't updated that thing in a while, probably. Yeah, I got both kids. So let's see, how old is that one? He's probably 6 months old right there, so that's probably a year and a half ago. I know. Honestly, this is the only way, only time I'm ever on Facebook. Alright, so it looks like it takes about 200 energy to clear one scene. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more, so 1200. So I should definitely have enough to, I think, complete this this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough to complete the next one. I mean, I'm not. I'm going to have 0 energy, but hopefully I can build up that energy over the next day. We'll see. After this, I'll go on like some criminal case forums or something and see if I can add a whole bunch of people to play the game. I'll just start looking for like groups and stuff. Yeah, that would be nice. I could use the free energy for an hour. Yeah, Joe, send me some. Joe, if you're on Discord, send me some links of places on Facebook that I can start adding people to. I'll see if I can be a little bit more proactive in that. See you, Bonnie. I've been really slacking on making sure I have enough energy. So I mean I used to be on it. I used to be on it all the time. But I've kind of just like, you know, I haven't like hopped onto my computer when I get home from work. When I get home from work, I just play with the kids. Thanks, Joe. I see your message. I'll get there and I'll start adding people. If you want and you're already on in those groups, you can just link my my page and say add my friend. You know, I think my name's Trevor on there, so you know, add my friend Trevor. He needs energy, stuff like that. Yeah, and I can no longer get onto criminal cases at my work. Like my work is very much busy all the time, so I'm not like with my new job. It's very much it's fun, but it's I'm constantly working. And this is why we have so many mods, because you guys are able to help me time people out. Oh, there it is. Huh. What is that? Why am I not getting this for some reason? There we go. Wow, that one did not do a good job of. Could really use 913. Yeah, I need to do really well on this one, so I don't have to do another energy. That should be enough. Yes. Oh, and you give me extra points. Okay, I'll take it. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, I forgot to. Alright, so I'm getting. Alright, cool. Thanks, Joe, for posting. What's up, Crawford? Oh, an octopus. On fire. Okay. Saddle. I'm not doing well on this one. Oh, there's the octopus. X. Where's the lotus flower, guys? My guess is this is going to be difficult. Oh, never mind. There's a lotus flower right there to blue. That's why I didn't find it. All right. Ooh, snake. It's a snake. All right. Moving on. Elephant. Okay. Oh, there's a snake. Oh, that's right. I could probably change my pet. I didn't even think about that. Let me look into that. Here we go, pet. Oh, I don't even have them, so let's see. I don't even have any more pets on this account. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, XP is useless at this point, yeah. Alright, yeah, let me know where I can go to find some things and I'll take a look. Like, what's the best one for energy? See if you guys could find the best one for energy, and then we'll see if I can go find it. I may not actually have unlocked it, so I have to remember that this is another account. This wasn't the one that I played for a really long time. Okay, so let's go to that. Let's do Mysteries of the Past. So which one's where's the bear? Or where's that one? Let's see. No, not there. Oh man, I need all of them. Okay, so let's hope it's not there. Okay, so it's not there. Oh, that one would be nice. I don't have 1,000, but the baboon would be nice. Let's see. Zoom out. Energy. So which one is it? Come on. Capital Peak. New Haven. You need Crimson Banks? Lemur's Mysteries of the Past. Yeah, but where is it? Lemur's in Capital Peak Ace. Okay, where the heck's Capital Peak? Oh, there it is, there it is. Okay. Oh, but I don't have it unlocked. Okay, so I can't do that. there. Oh, so I don't have the 6 there. That sucks. So the other one is in Pacific Bay. Oh, I only have 1 finished case there. So I can't do that. Yeah. Conspiracy. Let's look at conspiracy because I do have 10. How about that? I can do the Siamese cat. Equip now. Very small chance. That's right. Double in time. And get the 6 medals off screen. Yeah, but it costs energy. That's the thing. That's the only downside. Oh, so I completed them, but that's right. I haven't actually finished any case. All right. Well, let's see. All right. Anyways, let's head on. I mean, to be fair, you're right. I don't need any of that other stuff. So if I get the 10 energy, that's basically worth, at this point, like 800,000 points. I should have known that. That's so silly of me. Should have made that change a long time ago. Now I gotta get it back in the swing of things. Keep misclicking, that's not good. Keep misclicking. It's so weird. You know, I was on such a roll, and then it's funny how when you just, you know, move away from it, you just become a little bit off. Yeah. Oh. And of course, I'm off just enough to have 98,000 points. Of course. Yeah, no, I saw Joe. Thanks. I've added like 10 friends, which is great because I think every day that can be 10 energy if I remember correctly. So it's 100. So I'm getting there. And hopefully there's a couple more groups that I can kind of post to and see if people can add me. And I've already maxed this, so I'm just trying to update my game, get back on the track. Alright. See you, Ashley. Look at that, 18. There you go, 2 energy, okay. Energy back, I'll take it. Of course you keep giving me coins. Oh, I clicked the flag, I didn't click the actual snake itself. I mean, for next week, I think I'll definitely be able to get on and send enough energy to cover that week. But this week, because I've just been doing like 4 cases at once, I don't know. I haven't been able to gain as much energy. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. I actually just realized that I have a ton of people that have requested me to be friends, and I just have never accepted. So let me just add a whole bunch of people. My bad. Oh, I've had a lot of people that I could have added. Alright, maybe this will help. Alright, that should help a little bit. Alrighty. Let's see if that works. Sorry about that, guys. No, it doesn't take 600. I believe it takes about 1500 energy to complete one case. I'm gonna guess 1500. I think I'm pretty much right. I started with like 1400 this case. I think I started with 1500 this case, so we'll see what I end up with. Yes, you're very nice for messaging me. What's else? Oh, I'm missing this X. Yeah. Yeah, this one I don't do very well on. Yeah, it's about 200 per crime scene. Yep. Floor's got the math right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, Joe. I mean, obviously I'm on now. I'm gonna get on. I may try and get on at work. I don't know if work will allow me to do this, but right when I get home from work, I'll do it because I have another day and a half to do this. So I'll try and get on every like 12 hours, hopefully every 6 hours, and add people if I can, or add people and then. To see even right now, oh no, nobody's sent me anything. But you know, before people added like 40. I added like 40 energy just early. Yeah, I used to do all the stars in the case. I used to have a lot more energy. I remember, you know, back when I didn't have a family and it was just me, and I had like more time to do things. I had like 2,000 or 3,000 friends that played the game, and I was on every couple hours, and I was churning out energy. Churning out energy. Don't do that as much anymore. I don't have as much time. I thought that was not there. Let's see. Hard force in the board. just don't like this one because it's all, they switch sides. It's more annoying than anything else. You have to like guess where they're at. Missing one thing. Nope, not the base. What am I missing? Oh, the ladle. Okay. Oh, coins. There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, so we got a little, like, kind of the short end of the stick. Yeah, I'm missing like multiple things. Oh, there's one. Oh, that's firewood. Thank you. Now people are adding me, like messaging me. I'm like, okay, I will respond to you. There we go. Sweet. Finally got rid of that one. That's a tough one. Alright, cool. So let's finish off chapter 1. Alright. Alright, let's do this. Sweet. Already 6 energy. Nice. Okay. Now I need to move this because people are messaging me left and right, which is great, but at the same time, I'm recording. Alright, so let's do this. On your mark, get set. Cool. Oh no, we can't do that. Alright, let's try that then. Alright, that's it. Cool. Alright, folks, Machines 88, we are back. Let's get through with this. Ooh, remember all your words? That's a good idea. My suspicions are correct, Ace. There could be a name among these Chinese characters. Any minute now, yes. These characters, here's the name. The English translation is Lian Wei. If Lian Wei was around at the time of the murder, she might have important information. Where's the audience? The show is meant to start soon. Afraid the opera will have to wait. Jin Bing Xiao has been murdered. Murder? How awful. You seen anything out of the ordinary at the opera house today? No, Jin Bingzhu was an honorable benefactor of the opera house, and he often come in early to watch rehearsals. But I've been backstage getting ready for our performance of The Legend of Wenlong. Jin did so much for us. I can't believe he's gone. Yeah, he's a benefactor. My guess is there was some back and forth that they didn't really like. Ace's Mandarin Square features a gold pheasant, which the database explains designates the highest ranking civil officer like the First Minister. According to the records, Emperor Lizong's First Minister is named Shi Minwang. Emperor Lizong quickly dismissed Torjilin's kidnapping and Jin's murder. Let's hope Shi will be more helpful. That's probably not right. It's probably this. It's gotta be a 9. So maybe go with an F. Yes. Hey, now you can unlock the victim's bag, Ace. Let's look inside. Something written inside the bag, Ace. Penelope's in Mongolia with Kai, so let's have Orlando translate this text. If only Penelope were here, Ace. My ancient Chinese is pretty rusty. I know keeping tabs on Mon's activities is important. I just hope she and Kai are alright. Yeah, I'm worried too, but they're doing their job, as are we. Which brings me to that text Ace found in the victim's bag. Well, the text is a partial quote from Confucius, one of history's most influential philosophers. His ideas on politics, government, justice, and religion have shaped Chinese culture for centuries. The quote comes from the Analects of Confucius, a principal text of Confucianism. It reads, "Death and life have their appointed time, but then someone added, and your time has reached an end." Sounds like a threat from a killer. Indeed, the killer was clearly foreshadowing the victim's murder, and they're obviously well versed in Confucian philosophy. And yet they've distorted Confucius' teachings to justify their crime. Let's add this to the killer's profile, Ace. You there, you're not supposed to be on the cannon field. First Minister, we've been authorized to speak with you by the Emperor himself. Mongolia's leader, Algadai Khan, has asked us to find his daughter, who was kidnapped by the Chinese. We believe we found her kidnapper, a certain Jin, but he was murdered in the opera house. We realize this is a delicate matter, but we hope you can help. Oh, the Khan sent you? You can tell him we have his daughter, and if he wants to see her alive again, he'll call off his army. So wait, so you kidnapped Princess Dorjilin? What about Jin? I paid Jin to keep the princess locked up in Xinjiang after my soldiers had seized her. Where was he keeping her? I'm not telling you that, but she's safe for the moment. As long as that Khan doesn't do anything rash, she won't be harmed. I mean, that's not a bad idea, honestly. I was going to go to war with someone, which I don't really want to go to war with anybody, but if I had to, I'd want to try and capture someone that was important to them and say, hey, don't attack us or we'll kill them. We don't want to kill them, but, you know. I'm sure it makes your job easier when you send me the murder weapon and the victim's body at the same time. That bell comes from a bianzhong, a musical instrument consisting of a series of bronze bells. So it must have been a weapon of convenience, something the killer grabbed inside the opera house. Exactly. Now, apart from the fatal wound, there was another important clue on the body. Found traces of a dried juju on the victim's wrists. These red fruits are a delicacy in China. However, there were also purple welts on the victim's wrists, indicating that he was allergic to dried jujubes. Which means the fruit residue was left behind by the killer, probably during a struggle. Well, this clue is cut and dry, Ace. The killer eats jujubes. Yep. Get out of my way. Oh, the princess. Hey, Princess Dorjilin, we've been sent to rescue you. Don't just stand there. Run! Okay, we'll run. Anywho, see you guys in chapter 2. This has been Pitching Ace 8. Over and out. I think, yep, go straight to chapter 2. Let me add a couple more people. Mark, sit. Alright folks, Pitching Ace 8, we are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. For whom the bell tolls, and we just ran into the princess. The guard's right behind. Stop right there. Don't you move, young lady. Great. And I almost got away. Excuse us, sir. We're on behalf of the Emperor. That's right. The Emperor sent us to speak with this young lady about a murder. The Emperor sent you? Very well. You may speak with the prisoner, but I'll be watching. So many nice people play Criminal Case. Thank goodness you're alright, Princess Dorjilin. Your father sent us to find you. Are you being treated well? They haven't harmed me, and the bed's actually quite comfortable. I've always wanted to travel to China, but not like this. Enough pleasantry. What's this murder you want to talk about? The princess captor, Jin, was murdered at the opera house earlier today. Wait, what? My master is dead? Oh, so someone killed that awful brute. Serves him right, if you ask me. Wait, my master was killed at the opera house. Then how did his riverboat get moved to the central canal? He doesn't let anyone touch that boat. Well, that's a good question. Let's go, Ace. We should search that boat. We'll return for you later, Princess. We promise. Oh, I hit play. Darn it. Go on. Alright, so this is a clue. Tangled net's a clue. Apple and a dog. Okay, gotcha. Boom. Star. Gotcha. Well, I hated leaving Princess Dorjilin with that guard Ace, but her captor's code could be after her too, so she's safe for her lock and key. Now, the victim moored his riverboat at the opera house. Only the killer could have moved it after the murder. This cloth is identical to the victim's robes. It must have been torn during a struggle. Better collect those blood-stained beads. They might give us a new lead. And I agree. Let's just fill the pile of equipment while we're at it. Leave no stone unturned, or no net unturned. Flip those beasts from the victim's torn clothing case. Let's send them to Theo. They make these mini games harder. That's strange. Ace expects to find a spyglass like this on one of those big sailing ships, not amongst the small riverboat's equipment. Something engraved on the spyglass, but the characters are worn away. Let's closer look at whatever's written. Should tell us where it's come from. Alright, so that's SS and Shiz. Yeah. Ooh, Sanchez. It's engraving Chinese Ace. It's written in the Roman alphabet, and it reads S. Sanchez. Wait, Santiago Sanchez, that explorer we met in Mongolia. As I recall, Santiago Sanchez was a suspect in the murder of a nomad chief. Now he's connected to another victim? Let's track down Senior Sanchez and find out what's going on. I agree. That's oddly suspicious. Ah, Ace. China de la Bienvenida. Surprised to see you here. Surprised indeed, Senior Sanchez. What are you doing here? Exploring, of course. China's a wonderful country, especially their food. I can't get enough of these dried jujubes. How'd you end up on Jin's riverboat? We found him murdered earlier today. Wait, what? Jin's been killed? Que tragedia. I met with Jin. He was a fascinating man. For centuries, a person's status in Chinese society has been dictated by their ancestry. But Jin was a self-made man, attaining his wealth and influence by passing the civil exams. Education and intelligence are the new currency, radically altering China's power structure for future generations. So you know nothing about his murder, or about who might have wanted to harm him? Help you if I could, Ace, but I know nothing. Alright, Theo, help us out, buddy. Hey, darling, I heard you were confronted by Torzel and Sentry. Are you alright? I'm fine, Theo, but the sooner we find Jin's killer, the sooner we can rescue your ancestor. Well, this beat to go a long way towards that. The blood was a match for the victims, so there's no doubt they were left behind by the killer. But what are they? Was the killer wearing a necklace or a bracelet? Well, that's where my Asian heritage comes in handy. These beads aren't from jewelry, they're from a handheld abacus. Abacus. Yeah, an abacus. You mean those ancient counting frames? Exactly. They were used as a means of quickly making complex calculations. It wasn't uncommon for people to carry portable versions like an archaic calculator. So the killer must have been carrying a small abacus at the time of the murder. Now that we know that the killer uses an abacus, their days of freedom are numbered. We're on a roll, Ace. We know the victim was out on the cannon field, so let's take another look around. Phoenix. Watermelon. Locked box. Where's the watermelon? Statue. That's gotta be something. Oh, it's a broken statue, that's why. playing cards in the sun. Look, it's a decorative box as a tag address to the victim on it. It's the same name that was on Jin's bag. I imagine it's some sort of gift, so let's open it and see what's inside. Look at that statue. It depicts Jin bowing low to the ground. Surely the victim wouldn't have made this figurine himself in such a humble posture. But there's a liquid sand in the statue, so let's collect the sample for analysis. I just thought the abacus was very fascinating in terms of the fact that it could calculate. 4, 8, 4, 8. Well done. Good job. Whatever this strange contraption is, Ace, it was meant as a gift to the victim. Normally Kai would examine this device, but since he and Penelope are tailing him on in a Mongolia, let's send it to Orlando. So Orlando's getting a lot more of his work. I love it. Watermelons are delicious. Yeah, a lot of times they're like right next to each other, it seems. Alright, it's a little bit quicker with this liquid sample when you collect it off that statue of the victim under the microscope. I agree. These are probably mini games that are much easier if you're on like a tablet or mobile device. That's probably my guess. That's why it's more difficult for me on the computer. Ooh, rice wine. Liquid you found on the statue of the victim was warm rice wine, Ace. And you're right, the Emperor said he enjoyed drinking rice wine at the Opera House. Could this statue have anything to do with him? Let's take another audience with the thread. Interesting. Oh, I'm sure he would do one where his subject was bowing to him. That doesn't seem strange at all. Pardon our intrusion, Your Majesty, but we have some more questions about Jin's murder. You still investigating that? I would have thought you would have solved his murder by now. Well, we're curious about the statue of the victim. Can you tell us what it means? The statue was a lesson of respect. Jin had become increasingly irreverent, failing to show me the honor I deserve. Told you. To begin with, he wasn't paying his land taxes. I know how to use an abacus. I could see that he was withholding what he owed me. And lately, he wasn't even bowing properly. Wait, bowing properly? Exactly. Every time he entered the room, Jin would only bow twice, and his face never even touched the ground. A proper koto is 3 bows to the floor. That's why I had that statue made to teach being Jews some humility. As the great Confucius said, without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? I mean, that does sound like a Confucius saying. This. Well, the device you sent me is marvelous. Ace, can you guess what it is? I have no idea. That's why I'm sending this to you. It's a scale model replica of Susong's astronomical clock, which he constructed in the city of Kaifen in 1092. Timepieces as we know them didn't exist in this era, but Susong, a Chinese polymath, came up with a device to measure time powered by moving water and liquid mercury. Quite ingenious. Wow, so someone must have really let their victim present them with such an extravagant gift. Quite the opposite. I believe this gift is meant as a curse. You see, Chinese words giving a clock sound exactly like the phrase for attending a funeral. It's therefore considered bad luck to give clocks or watches as gifts in Chinese culture. Wow, I'm glad you have that insight. We would have missed an incredibly valuable clue. But who would send the victim such a harbinger of bad luck? Well, there's smears of makeup on the clock, the kind used by Chinese opera singers. Alright, let's go talk to Ling Wei. But why would she curse the victim? She had nothing but praise for the honorable benefactor. Let's ask her about this. Of course. Well, they always say that they're friends. Not always the case, though. Ah, merchants, you found Jing Bingshu's killer yet? I'm so on edge. I can't stop eating these dried jujubes. Well, so, but you say you're upset, but we found this gift you gave him. Did you bear ill will towards your benefactor? Like I explained before, Jin was very generous. I needed my backus to count all the money he gave to the opera house. But he thought his money meant he could run the place. He started exerting his influence over artistic decisions if he knew anything about opera. Worse still, he was trying to get rid of me. He said I was too old, that we needed younger, more attractive singers. If Jin had his way, today would have been my last performance. Oh, well, that didn't really give you motive to end his life. The thought had crossed my mind, but as Confucius says, when anger rises, think of the consequences. I didn't kill him, but I'm not sad that he's dead. That's actually really good. I mean, you don't have to do that with, like, killing, but before you do anything, think about it first. Alright, yep. I know the facts of the case. I've been on it. Oh, shoot. Boom. Duck. Oh my gosh, it's a cannonball. That's dangerous. Anyways, we'll see you guys in Chapter 4 or Chapter 3. This has been Virginia's 88. Au revoir. Over and out. Alright, so let's grab these stars, and then we can finish it off. I think we're gonna probably be finishing this thing up at 5:15. That'll be nice. So let's see, so base, star, horse, boom, That is true. I mean, we were on the cannon field. You do bring up a valid point. It's almost like being on a gun range and being surprised that someone has a gun at you, is pointing a gun at you. I don't remember what the scorpion is. It's a flag. I was gonna say it's probably a flag. rolling. We're rolling on the river. Yes. Hey, every little bit counts. Oh yeah, hearts. Wow, I forgot. Alrighty. Can I do this fast enough to get the star, or do I have to waste 20 energy? Let's see. Can I do it? I didn't do it. Oh, I did do it. Wow. I thought that delay on the sun was going to do me in. That's awesome. I really want some dumplings now that I've seen that. Yeah, Halloween's gonna be fun. The boys, the older one, Junior's gonna be dressed up as Mr. Potato Head, and the little one, Junior's gonna be dressed up as Buzz Lightyear. So he will watch 1, 2, and 3. They're all his favorites, and one of his favorite characters is Mr. Potato Head. He likes One-Eye Bart. Where the rug is. Let's find the turtle. And the seashell. Oh, cool. I'll take it. Well, we definitely have enough energy to get us through this case, that's for sure. We're at 300 now, so my guess is it probably takes about 1500 energy to get through the case. I mean, obviously more if you want to finish it, but if you just want to complete it, oh my gosh, why am I talking? Bandage. I swear, every time I try and catch up with you guys and talk, I'm always get distracted. Yeah, usually it's Thursdays. And Thursdays, I think at this time will be a little bit. All right, we have only a few more to go. 3 more scenes, 60 more energy, and then we will be able to complete this case. Prepare ourselves for Thursday. I should be able to get out of here right on time, which is great. Look at that, I've already gained 15 energy. Almost gained a free going through it. So, thanks for having me switch over to that. It's way more helpful. And like I said, 20 extra energy is like 800,000 points. Way better than what I was having before. Perfect. Alright folks, for Genius Idiot, we are back. Let's head on to chapter number 3. Where we were getting cannons shot at us, but again we're on a field. First I get shot with arrows in Mongolia, now this. What's wrong with these medieval maniacs? You again. Can't you see I'm firing the cannons? Oh, your majesty, we hadn't realized it was you. You nearly hit us. I was curious to see how these cannons work. I watch past them every day, you see, and I just want to try them out. Well, don't let us stop you, Your Majesty. Just allow Ace and myself to leave. Come on, Ace, let's do another search of the crime scene. There won't be any cannonballs flying around there. Ooh, look at that face. That is a... That is a death stare. Alright, where's the scroll? Where's the scroll? Wrong box. Assuming this is an napkin. And gold bars. That should definitely be enough to... Yep, sweet. You finished off the case. Nice. These gold ingots you found must be worth a fortune, Ace. Who'd leave something so valuable lying around? Something engraved on these ingots. Let's test them off and see what it says. Meanwhile, someone's locked that scroll pretty tight. I wonder what's written in there. I agree. Let's reassemble those metal pieces while we're at it. Let's get to work, Ace. The sooner we solve this murder, the quicker we can rescue Princess Torjabin. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, because that's a pretty awesome name. Torjabin. Look, Ace, this is a necklace of the silver tree in Karakorum. The only person in Jin who would have the silver tree necklace is Princess Torjabin, which means she was on the crime scene. She's been locked up the entire time. The princess was snuck out and murdered her captor in desperation. We better speak with her again. Its ingots are engraved with Chinese characters. Ace, our translation matrix is really working overtime. Let's see, the engraving reads Shi Miawan. These aren't enough. Pay me more. Someone was extorting the first minister. But you're right. Shi Miawan paid our victim to hold the princess captive. Maybe Jin wasn't satisfied with his payment. Were these ingots meant for the victim? But he demanded more? Better talk to Shi about this. Alright, 3 codes to go. Let's do 99599. 1 9 6 9 9. Okay. 1 6 9 5 9. There you go. Oh dear, Ace, more Chinese characters. At least I'm starting to recognize the victim's name. It says Jin right here. So the rest of the scroll, we need Orlando to translate. Alright. What's up, princess? State your business. It's us, remember? We're investigating the murder of Jin? Right, you people. Very well, you may pass. Mrs. Swordsland, we found your necklace in the opera house, where Jin was killed. That ogre confiscated all of my belongings, including that necklace. Looks like you broke it too. So you're saying you weren't on the crime scene yourself? How could I be? I've been locked up for days with nothing to eat but these horrid dried jujubes. That's not entirely true. You did escape custody for a short time. I was only free for a matter of minutes. Jin was a despicable man, and I'm glad someone killed him, but I had nothing to do with it. It's very important. You're interrupting my meditations on the intellects of Confucius. Found evidence that Jin wasn't satisfied with what you paid him to hold Princess Torjulin captive after you arranged for her kidnapping. That man had no business asking for more money. I paid him everything I owed him. I counted it twice with my abacus. But then Jin discovered that his hostage was a princess. Once he realized Torjulin was the daughter of Ogadai Khan, he demanded I double his payment. And rather than pay him more, you decided to eliminate the problem? Of course not. I offered him one of my juju fields instead, but apparently Bin was allergic. I tried reasoning with him, but I wasn't giving in to his demands. He was rewarded handsomely for what he did. Yeah, don't get into shady business. When you get into shady business, people are willing to go get down and dirty. I'm getting the hang of the Chinese script, Ace. Perhaps when Helen Helping returns, I can assist with her translating duties. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. What can you tell us about the scroll? These are the copies of Jin civil exams. Yeah, well, Santiago Sanchez told us the victim had attained his status in society by passing those exams. Indeed. However, there are two versions here of his final exam, and when you compare the answers, one test has significant improvement on the other. And I believe Senior Sanchez has reviewed these papers too. Senior, someone's written, Bingju is a fraud in Spanish. A fraud? I wonder what he meant by that. Only one person can explain this, Ace, and that's Senior Sanchez himself. Uh-oh. Did Jin cheat on his exams? Wouldn't surprise me. I would cheat on my exams if I had his life. You haven't seen my abacus, Ace. I seem to have misplaced it. I'm afraid not. However, we did find copies of the victim's civil exams. What do you mean he was a fraud? If you've seen his test, surely you understand. Jin Bingju cheated on a civil exam. To keep the results of the exam impartial, participants' answers are copied by a scribe so that their handwriting cannot be recognized by the examiners. Bingju's original answers were so poor, it's obvious he had the scribe correct them in order to achieve a passing grade. Here I was, recording his story in my book of exploits, only to discover he was lying. Nobody takes me for a fool. Did you confront him about it? Oh, Claro, of course. Confucius, this country's own philosopher, says to see the right and not to do it is cowardice, but he just laughed, saying nobody would believe a foreigner like me. Probably true. Well, despite his status in society, Ace, Jin wasn't exactly a model citizen. That's right. Can we go back to the riverboat? Yes, we can. Come on, click. Click, click. Click, 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 click. That's a book of Confucius, I'm sure. Alright, there's a depiction of Confucius on the cover of this book, Ace. Could this be the killer's copy of the Analects? No doubt about it. This circle passage inside the book is identical to the thread we found on the victim's badge. Let's get a sample of those threads. They could bring us one step closer to solving this mystery. Think the killman thrown something in the river, Ace? Then let's roll up our sleeves and fish through that seaweed. Let's just rush these threads we collected up to Theo, Ace. If we're to have any hope of rescuing the princess, we need to work fast. I agree. Ooh. Teaching that seaweed paid off as you found a blood-stained abacus. And it's missing a beach just like the ones we found before, which means this abacus was dumped by the killer. Let's send this to the lab. Yeah, that's definitely needs to be done. So let's speed this stuff up. It's too bad that broken abacus was dumped in the river. Ace. Almost all the forensic evidence was washed away. Almost. Well, that means you totally found something, didn't you, honey? Well, there were some skin cells along the jagged edge. Probably scraped the killer's hands. From that, I construct a DNA profile of the killer and determine they have brown eyes. Yes, so we're looking for a killer with brown eyes. Ace, they have to look us in the eye and confess to their crime. So I will not be the murderer. Along with a whole bunch of other reasons why I'm not the murderer, but I do not have brown eyes. You've spoken to my great-great-great, well, my ancestors a few times now. Ace, what's the princess like? Well, she's a strong woman, Theo. I can see where your feisty side comes from. Meanwhile, have you made any progress with those threads Ace found on the killer's book? I have. Those threads are from a piece of clothing, but not just any material. Notice the threads are multicolored dyes, suggesting the material has a pattern. By laying the threads side by side in my microscope, a distinct fish pattern emerged, which the killer is obviously wearing. Oh, that's interesting. The fish pattern. Alright. Who do we think it is? It's not the Emperor. It's, I think it's the guy that was gonna pay him, maybe. I think it's this guy. Yes, I think that's him. Yeah, because his eyes are blue. Thought so. You were the one who murdered Jin Bingzhao. Nonsense. Jin did a good job keeping Princess Torjulin prisoner. I had no reason to kill him. There's no point in lying. We know you planned to kill Bingzhou ahead of time, sending him that threat. Bingzhou obviously didn't go down without a fight, seeing that you broke your abacus during the struggle, after which you fled the scene in his riverboat. And for what? Because he wanted more money? I didn't care about the money. I killed Bingzhou because he was jeopardizing the whole operation. He was going to take the princess back to Mongolia. Take her back? Why would he do that? He was going to pretend that he rescued the princess, claiming a hefty reward for Ogadai Khan, which I obviously couldn't allow him to do, so I needed to eliminate him. I knew he was accustomed to visiting the opera, so I waited for him to arrive this morning, then attacked him with the bell. We might have hidden your plans from the Emperor, but I think it's time we let him in on your secret. Very well, but you're wasting your time. The Emperor always defers to my judgment. This won't be any different. I'm not surprised. What's this I hear, She? Not only did you orchestrate the kidnapping of Ogadai Khan's daughter without my permission, but now I find out that this murder business is you're doing? Yes, Your Majesty. It's part of a ploy to destabilize the Mongolians, well within my purview as First Minister. But murdering one of our own citizens? How does that destabilize the Mongolians? You must trust me, Your Majesty. I assure you I have everything in hand. You have overstepped your authority this time. Guards, take him away. But Your Majesty, since when do you make decisions for yourself? Please, you're making a mistake. I appreciate you bringing this to my attention, merchants. She will be punished to the full extent of the law. About the princess, Your Majesty, will you allow us to return her to her father? Heavens, no. While I object to his methods, I cannot be seen as weak. I couldn't possibly just hand her over. I would be a laughingstock. No, Princess Torjulin will remain here in Jingzhou. Now away with you. I grow tired of this bothersome business. Yep, even though his murder is solved, I don't feel much like celebrating. Because although the Emperor objects to She kidnapping of Princess Torjulin, he refuses to let her go in order to save face. Make a lot of things easier if the Emperor would allow us to return the princess to Ogadai Khan. But since when have we let one adversity stop us from doing our job? You're right. If the Emperor won't help us, then we must devise a plan to rescue her and bring her back to Mongolia ourselves. Yep. That's what I was thinking would happen. Alright. So on chapter number 4. Pitching is 88. Over and out. Thanks to you, Ace, the man who orchestrated his abduction is behind bars. The Emperor refuses to claim her. So guys, Pitching is 88. We're back. We're on the additional investigation. We need to be able to rescue Princess Torjulin. And Orlando looks like he knows just how to do that. Leanne, wait, how does she help us rescue the princess? I'll follow you in at the Opera House, Ace. Oh, okay. Even if our rescue, we'll need to convince Oganai Khan that the kidnapping was orchestrated by one man alone, not the Chinese as a whole. We must find proof that Mi Wan, mastered the Princess Torch and Lens abduction. We spend his time strategizing on the camp field, Ace. Maybe we'll find something there, unless you'd like to speak with Leanne Wee first. I'm not doing well with names. What a terrible bird behind us. I can finally focus on tonight's performance. If anything I can do for you merchants, just ask. Well, there is something you can do with us. A young lady is being held captive in Xinjiang, a prisoner of Jin Bingju. We're trying to rescue her. Bingju was holding someone hostage? That man was a true barbarian. But how can I be of use? I believe we can free the young woman by disguising her as an opera singer. I'm an expert tailor, so I can create the appropriate gown. However, makeup like yours is a genuine art, and we were hoping you could help us in that regard. I would be honored. With the right gown and makeup, nobody will recognize the young woman. I'll just need my makeup kit from the opera house. Leave that to us. We'll fetch your makeup kit. Perhaps you'd consider getting a makeover too, Ace. It would suit you. Ooh. Incredibly impressed that you guys have talked about a hat and who owns the hat for a good solid half an hour. It's actually impressive. Oh, crashed. That's not good. I had a feeling it was going to crash. Yeah, why not resume the crime scene? There's Griggs, let's open it up. Sure, let's open it up. This one? Yep. This one? Yep. This one? Yep. Perfectionist. Let's look at this marvelous makeup. Our plan might just work. She can take this to Princess Torchland Cours and begin her makeover. As you did, she can say that there's by order of the Emperor. Meanwhile, I'll create a suitable opera gown for the princess. Join me when I'm finished. I must say, creating an authentic Chinese opera gown has been a career highlight. Working with original Chinese materials and genuine traditional patterns is a rare opportunity. I'm sure you'll agree the result is magnificent. Now let's join Lian Wei and see how she's done with the princess makeup. Let's do it. You are indeed an expert tailor, Orlando. The opera gown you created is wonderful, as is your makeup job. I hardly recognize the princess. If I had known I'd be receiving a makeover, I would have tried to be kidnapped long ago. Now comes the tricky part, convincing the guard that you're not his prisoner. Are you up for the challenge, princess? Don't you worry, I'll have the guard wrap around my little finger. Nice. from your male lead. Alright. Ace, a diagram. That's the silver tree in Karukura, where Princess Tortilla was kidnapped. The name Shi Muan is on it. It's got something to do with his original plot to death of the princess. There's more faded writing on the diagram. I'll grab your Destiny kit so we can take a look. Wow, what's it gonna say? Do not tell the Emperor that I'm kidnapping the princess? Is that what it's going to say? Thank you for allowing us to visit the princess, sir, but it's time for the four of us to get going. That's quite alright. Wait, four of you? There weren't two opera singers when you came in, were there? Of course there were. Don't you recognize the star of tonight's opera, The Legend of Wen Long? Oh, right. I thought you looked familiar. I'm your biggest fan. And I'm always grateful to meet my supporters. But we must be going. Do look after the princess. Yes, of course. Your wish is my command. Well done, Ace. I must say that was exhilarating. Thank you so much for rescuing me. I cannot wait till I'm home in Karakoram. Before we depart, Princess, we must make travel preparations. You'll be safe at the Opera House. We will meet you there soon. Yeah, how are we going to do this? Are we going to knock her out before we put her on the spaceship? Are we going to travel? There we go. Hey, since Twilight is busy hatching a plan to rescue the princess, we'll have to translate them. Oh, we've already done it. We've done it. I mean, we kind of went out of order probably than what you thought. So what's going on? Alright, the text says, these pretzels are making me thirsty. That can't be right, Ace. Let me input those characters again. Oh, it reads, Shi Muan kidnapped the princess and you'll be more powerful than the Emperor. So kidnapping princess wasn't Shi Muan's idea. Someone suggested it to him. Whoever it was, Amon. Of course, he's being a puppet to all these people. It's always Amon. Ace, I've discovered something important with the diagram you found, and it wasn't what I was expecting. All of my standard forensics analysis came back negative. No fingerprints, no traces of latent substances, and I know something strange about the paper itself. It felt synthetic, unlike the parchment scrolls you picked to find in the 13th century. So I ran a temporal analysis of the paper, and the time signature of the material indicates it's from 2029. But then this diagram must have been drawn by Amon, so he's the one who ordered the princess's kidnapping. We should know better, Ace. Not only is Amon arming the Mongolians, he's coaxing the Chinese into conflict. We must warn the Emperor. He needs to understand that both sides are being played against each other, which will have a disastrous consequences. Yep. Thank you for seeing us, Your Majesty. We bring you grave tidings. You did me a great service, revealing his deception. Please, tell me your concerns. We discovered that she wasn't working alone. A foreigner from a far-off land is manipulating both you and Ogadai Khan towards war. This man is supplying the Khan with powerful weapons, and he persuaded your first minister to abduct the Mongolian princess. If that Mongolian brute wants a war, he'll get one. With all due respect, I don't think you understand. Someone's playing you and the Mongolians against each other. That's of no consequence. You see, our arsenal, the Chinese will prevail. If you're determined to fight, you cannot stand alone. Do you have any allies? Allies? I suppose so, but I wouldn't know who they are. Strategic affairs were Shi Muan's responsibility. Perhaps you'll find something of his on the cannon field. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. OMG. OMG. This is madness. The Emperor has confidence in his arsenal, but the Chinese will be defenseless against Khan and his 18th century weapons. But since the Emperor is determined to fight, we must try to even the odds by finding allies to stand against alongside the Chinese. Let's see how this broken painting will help us, Ace. think that portrait's worth reassembling. I trust your judgment. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat 18th century weapons. So I don't think you can. Portrait of the Emperor looking pretty chummy with someone who seems to be a Japanese shogun named Yoshinobu Goju. According to the database, China was at peace with Japan during the Song dynasty. Although the Mongols launched 3 invasion attempts during the 13th century, Japan resisted Khan's army. It's an emperor that we found an ally. Your Majesty, Ace has found you a powerful ally. We believe Shogun Jogu from Japan could be convinced to stand alongside you against the Mongolians. I remember entertaining Shogun. Wonderful wine, but I didn't care for the sushi. But you don't expect me to go to Japan, do you? That's too menial a task for the great emperor of China. Not to mention there's an opera tonight. With your blessing, Majesty, we can meet with Shogun Goju on your behalf. Very good, then. Then consider this a formal decree. Ace shall speak with the authority of Emperor Lizong to recruit Japan as an ally against the Mongolian army. You mustn't go empty-handed, please. Take this to fund your journey. I need energy, I don't need coins. But the Emperor's insistence on fighting the Mongolians is madness, Ace. The Chinese don't stand a chance against Ogadai Khan and his 18th century weapons. Hoping we can still find a peaceful resolution, but for now our best bet is to gather allies to support the Chinese. But how will involving more people in a conflict prevent bloodshed? By evening the odds, we can hopefully convince the Khan to stand down. That's why convincing Shogun Goju in Japan to stand alongside Emperor Lizong is so important. If we're traveling to Japan, how will we get Princess Torjulin back to the Mongolia? Maybe we could ask Santiago Sanchez to take the princess back to Mongolia. An explorer like him might relish the opportunity to escort a royal to the Khan himself. Yeah, let's do it. That's actually a really good idea. Because like I said, we're not going to put her on our ship. Senior Sanchez, we're wondering if we might ask you a favor. Clara, of course, you've exonerated me from suspicion of murder not once, but twice. What can I do for you? Allow us to introduce you to Princess Torjulin, the daughter of Ogadai Khan. We request that you escort the princess home to her father. But of course, I'm great friends with the Khan. It's with his blessing that I traveled unhindered through Asia. Wait, what? You're farming me off to the Spaniard? Please, my lady, you could do far worse than the traveling company of Santiago Sanchez. I can regale you with stories of my adventures around the world. Adventures? Well, I suppose that could be interesting. Thank you for everything you've done, Ace. I'll speak of you to my father in the highest regard. Rest assured, Ace, Torjulin is in safe hands. Come, my princess, let us away. Just in time, Ace. We're about to get our first update from Kai and Penelope. Are we glad to see you? We're doing alright, camped out near the Great Wall with Ogadai's army. We're glad you're safe. You'll be happy to know we rescued Princess Torjulin and Santiago Sanchez escorting back to Mongolia. And as for the rest of us, we're heading to Japan to convince the Shogun to stand alongside the Emperor. If China's going to war, they'll need allies, all the allies they can get. You don't know the half of it, Ace. In addition to 18th century guns, Amana's medieval Egyptians are building high-caliber cannons and catapults. Then our mission in Japan must succeed if we're to stop a man's plan to destroy the Chinese Empire. We mustn't lose hope. Getting his daughter back might be enough to convince Ogadai Khan to stand down. There still may be a chance for peace. You're right, but time is of the essence. Stay safe, guys. We'll speak to you again soon. For now, Ace, let's get moving. We're headed to Japan. Alrighty. So, we are going to head to Japan. I'm going to hop on and keep trying to get energy, because at this point I have 260 energy. So, with 260 energy, I need another 1200 energy to finish off this case. This is 26. So, great thing is, I've added some new friends. And now, I'm at 300 energy. Cool. So, thank you guys all for coming. I'm going to keep adding more and more friends and see if I can get enough energy to make it through Thursday morning. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. And I hope you guys enjoyed trying to find the hat. So, see you guys later. Bye.